Hello and welcome to this video about mean, median, mode, and range. The goal of this lesson is finding the mean, median, mode, and range from different types of data sets. So let's do a real quick recap here. Mean is our average, and in order to find the average, we add everything up and then we divide by how many there are. Median, we're looking for the term that is in the middle. So what we have to do is we have to arrange our data from smallest to largest, and then we look for the one that's smack dab in the middle. If we want to, we could also go largest to smallest, and then again, right in the middle. Mode, that is most. Which data point appears to be the most? It's okay if you have multiple modes. Finally, our range, this is going to be the difference between our largest value minus our smallest value. And that's how we determine what the range is. So now, let's take a quick look at some examples. So let's talk about like a list. So let's say from students' test scores, we want to find the median, mode, mean, and range of the whole thing. So let's start off with the range. I think that might be the easiest one to start off with. So for the range, what we're going to do is take the largest value, which is 95, and we're going to subtract the smallest value, which is 65. And that gives us 30. So our range is 30. Now, for mean, that one's going to require a little more arithmetic. Mean, there we go. We're going to add all these up. So 85 plus 85 plus 65 plus 70 plus 95. We don't need to rearrange the order or anything like that. We just add them all up, and then we end up dividing them by 5 because there are 5 data points. Now, I've already done this, and I've calculated that those are 400, and you divide it by 5, you will end up getting 80. And so our mean is 80. Let's go with median. Median, we have to rearrange these either from smallest to largest or largest to smallest. I'll go smallest to largest. So 65, 70, 85, 85, 95. Now be careful and take your time with it, because sometimes you might, with larger data sets, it's hard to stay organized. Anywho, now that we have them all ranged up, the middle term is going to be 85, and so our median is 85. Finally, mode is just the one that shows up the most. And so 85 appears the most, therefore 85 is also our mode. So that's one example, but now let's do one that's a little bit different. So let's say you're at, I don't know, a family get-together or something like that, and you got a bunch of cousins, and you have a math nerd in the family, and they're like, hey, let's calculate some stuff about our ages here. And so you have the ages of all your cousins. And so yeah, let's take a look at it. Again, we'll start off with range. So our range, we'll take our largest value, which is 13, and our smallest value, which is 5, subtract them, and our range is 8. So there's an 8-year gap across all, or from the youngest cousin to the oldest cousin. Now we'll go to the mean. And the mean is just, again, adding all these up. So we'll have 10 plus 5 plus 8 plus 8 plus 13 plus 12 all over 6, because we have 6 of these. And when we do that, we end up getting 56 is our total, is the total of all the ages. Divide that by 6. And here, we're not going to get a clean number, and that's fine. So this is going to be, we're going to do a little scratch work here. That's square root. Let's take that back. There we go. 56 divided by 6, 9, 54. And then let's see here, that'll give us 2. Bring down a 0. 20 goes in 3, 18, and we're going to, I think, play this game over and over and over again. So it's 9.3 repeating. And again, that's fine. Sometimes you're not always going to get a clean whole number or a clean decimal for some of your data. And that's what makes these a little bit tricky at times. Now, for the median, and there's a reason why I have a set of 6 here, I want to make a point. Again, we have to arrange it from largest to smallest or smallest to largest, and I'm going to go that way. So 5, 8, 8, whoops, forgot the comma there. 10, 12, 13. Now, here's the catch with this one. it has 6 data points. So there's not really a middle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the 2 that are in the middle, and we're going to find the average of those 2. And that's what you do when you have an even set of data. We'll take the average of the middle 2. So we'll go 8 plus 10 over 2. That's 18 over 2, which is equal to 9. So our median is 9. And what's weird about it is, again, 9's not even a data point, but it is the median. So it's going to take a little while to get used to it, but that's just how that process works. All right, and then finally, mode, we go back to the one that shows up the most, and the one that showed up the most is 8. So there we go. So that's looking at it from a list. Now, let's take an example of it at a chart. So what I have here is a chart of, let's just say, how many people you have, or how many pets people have. And so we have person A, B, C, D, E, F. I just chose to do that instead of writing out a bunch of names to make it easier for the note taking. And then we have how many pets do they have at home. And again, we want to find the exact same thing. So this is no different right here than the list that we've been seeing so far. So 2, 0, 4, 3, 1, and 2. It's just presented in a different form. So if we want to find the mean, or actually, sorry, we'll start off with the range. There we go. All right, so the range, take the smallest, subtract the, take the largest, subtract the smallest. So we have 4 minus 0, which is equal to 4. That would be our range. For our mean, we need to find the average. So that's going to be 2 plus 0 plus 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 2. All that divided by 6. And so let's see, we have 6 and 6. So that's 12 over 6, which is equal to 2. We go to the median. We need to find the middle one, so arrange in numerical order: 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Again, this one is even, so we split it in the middle. There's 3 on this side, 3 on that side, so we're going to take the average of those 2, which is easy enough. 2 plus 2 divided by 2 is 2. And then finally, we go to mode, and that's the one that shows up the most, and that would just be 2 as well. So there we go. That's how we go about finding mean, median, mode, either from like a list of numbers or from a chart. You may even see it in graphs, but it kind of all breaks down to the same thing. Can you get it to this form right here? And then if you have it in that form, you can do what we've been doing here in the video. So good luck with your homework or practice, and let me know if you have any questions.